I tell you, we have to stop meeting like this. Andy here, Andy's World Journeys, the adventure of Dhaka to Dakar. Day 10, and we are on the way to Varanasi Junction Station. Because today we are heading on a 24-hour train ride to Amritsar. This take for sure. By planes, buses, trains and cars. I'm heading from Dhaka to Dakar. Yes folks, it's slightly less busy because it's the morning Varanasi, and just over an hour at the moment before my train. I think it's the Howrah Amritsar Mail, and so we are talking 1,150 kilometres in I think it's 23 hours or 23 and a half hours. Of course we don't know if the train will be on time. We don't know anything. It's India. You have to take the rough with the smooth. Well, folks, it was all right until the end, and then it was just typical Varanasi bedlam for you. Here we are at Varanasi station. We have about 50 minutes before the train. It's 11 minutes past 9. It was due in at 9:15. Due to leave at 9:25, and here it is, baby, the Howrah Amritsar Mail. It left late last night from Howrah, about 10 hours ago. Coming through, just excuse me, this is my... Okay folks, we're all aboard for our home for the next 24 hours. And yeah, as you can see, it's similar to the last one, but not quite the same. We've got just 2 beds instead of 3, which is why it's 2 AC. Anyway, we should be underway in about 5:10, I think. On time. And we are off. One of the best things about this trip, though, is this rail journey, the Howrah Amritsar Mail train 13005, is it doesn't go through Delhi, which is not my favourite city in India. I have to be honest with you. Every rail journey is an adventure, and every adventure is a rail journey. Going for 7.5 hours. So the good news is, you know, only about 16 hours to go. Basically there, really. A stop somewhere at 9 o'clock at night. Good morning all, it's about 6 a.m. and I think we're coming up to a station called Ambala. And sleep hasn't been good. Only had a few hours, at the most 2 in a row, so maybe 3 or 4. We are about somewhere between 2.5 and 3 hours behind schedule somehow. 4 o'clock yesterday, we were 15-20 minutes behind, and now it's a huge whopping few hours, but that's okay because I'm going to try and get some more sleep. 8:40, according to the app, 8:40 is going to become about 10:30 as an arrival in Amritsar, but one suspects it's more like 11:30, 12 o'clock. The next major stop is Jalanda. I think that's about an hour, and then from there it's just under 2 hours to our final destination, Amritsar. Hallelujah. Well folks, somehow we made it. And I definitely speak for myself when I say, here we go again. At least I don't honk as much here. So folks, this is Amritsar, and that way is the Golden Temple, and behind me here this statue is in the memory of the people that died in the Jallianwala Bagh massacre 1919, standing up to the Britishers, 30th of April. Yeah, you can see their names are etched into the base of the monument. It's a bit of a strange feel. You can see it's really a very nice sort of mall area that they've created here, and there's even a McDonald's over there. And I think over there's a Subway, so go figure, hey? Once again, we've got a holy site and people are cashing in.
Hello.
And people are hopping into my video too. And yeah, so it's quite an interesting atmosphere here. It's a bit more ordered, I guess, than Varanasi, so that's something. Here we are. Now we'll see what the restrictions are when you go inside. This is the Golden Temple. Well, it's inside there. It's 4 o'clock. Apparently, around about 4 to 7 is a good time to visit, I'm told. So we'll see about that. So we do need to cover our heads, I believe, and deposit our shoes home. Special home just for the shoes. Very nice. With these awesome orange bandanas. I don't know how I look. You can tell me. Well, folks, this is the Golden Temple, or should I say Harmandir Sahib, which is the greater temple bounds here, and then in the centre is the Golden Temple, and it was founded in 1577. Sorry, this is the huge hall, and they're feeding people around the clock from dusk till dawn, from dawn till dusk, I should say. Langer Hall, feeding the masses. And it's for free, but you can donate. Now that Golden Temple itself, people line up sometimes for hours, to just walk through it very, very briefly. What is inside it, you may well ask? Well, it is the Guru Granth Sahib. And what's that? Well, that is the Sikh holy book, which is brought in there at the dawn, and at the end of the day it's taken away again, taken away and put into safekeeping for the evening, for the night. Obviously a bit restricted to what I can and can't do in there, but wow. Hey, it's a beautiful area, beautiful marble everywhere. Marble, marble. There's still marble and we're outside. Look at the marble. Are you marbling at the marble? It's marvellous marble. Try saying that sometimes fast. It's pretty special, you know, because the Golden Temple, Amritsar, is to Sikhs what Mecca is to Muslims, what Rome and the Vatican is to Catholics. So very privileged to be able to visit it. And I think this guy was actually the first leader of the Sikh nation, which didn't last very long. His son succeeded him, but the British kicked him out a few years into his reign. Over there we have the Partition Museum, and down here we've got a food court with lots of opportunities to eat vegetarian pizzas and vegetarian burgers and everything that's vegetarian. 1947 saw the partition of Hindustan, what was run by the East India Company from Britain, turned into the countries of East Pakistan, West Pakistan and India. And this amazing museum talks about it. Very interesting museum to visit, and if you're in town, definitely don't miss it, because it really tells a story, a pretty harsh story of the lead up to the partition and then the partition itself in August 1947. The British had been fanning disunity between the two groups at least for 50 years, but really ever since they first came to this region, and the result was simply horrific. On a brighter note, look at this beautiful lighting display here in this archway. Very beautiful indeed. Actually, I had my back up a little bit before I came to Amritsar, like I did with Varanasi, but in a few short hours it's sort of been dispelled. I'm feeling much more at ease. People actually seem to be genuinely friendly and nice, and that's all that matters at the end, right? Hello there, in the somewhat noisy square outside the Golden Temple. It's day 12, the date is 4th of February, I want to say. Yeah, I think it's a Saturday. Anyway, there's a thing, it's a bit of a museum, Lonely Planet call it an interpretation centre. So it's just over here, we're going to have a little look at it. Down here folks, and we're going to experience some multimedia shows about Sikhism and the Golden Temple. some really interesting buildings up here. There's, like up here, it's almost Tudor-like with the sort of balcony that sticks out a bit. And yeah, I mean, it's all been restored, or I don't even know, maybe some of this stuff's actually quite new. So we have a wander down one of the laneways. Over here we've got some knives for sale. Knives are symbolic, mostly. I mean, they have a practical purpose in Sikhism, and over here we can see lots of material, shoes for sale. But very quickly though, it actually gets quite a bit quieter. Plenty of places to eat as well. I'm sorry. You can see typically, especially in the centre of town, the food is vegetarian. Don't know what he was carrying, but that's a neat trick, isn't it? Well folks, thanks for joining me on this one. Time to get back to the hotel, do some work. Just a quick walkabout today. Tomorrow, it's a new country, all things going well, and that is Pakistan. We're crossing the border, so that's going to be very interesting. So please join us for the next vlog. Take care wherever you are around the world. Thanks for joining me, and may the journey never end.